What's up? Welcome to the Staff Shop. My name's Dylan, and today I want to talk to you about workshop setup. When you're first starting to set up a workshop or a workspace of some kind, it can be pretty challenging based off of budget, the size space you have, and trying to figure out what's going to serve you best to help you build to the fullest of your potential. So, today I want to talk about what I think are the essentials to starting out working in a workspace, a woodworking space specifically, what you need to know, how to store your tools, what I think works best for me, give you some ideas, and help you get on the road. I know I looked at dozens and dozens of videos, Pinterest, drew up everything, and you know what? My workspace is completely different than what I drew because it evolved over the years. So I want to help you get started so you can start evolving and becoming the best craftsman that you can be. So let's get into it. So I think when you're first starting out, you have three big things to think about: tool storage, material storage, and workspace. Where are you going to work? You going to work on the floor? You need a workbench? What do you need? Do you need a nice bench laid out with all your tools in front of you? What do you need? So when it comes to storage, based off your budget, either you can go super simple and as cheap as possible, or you can go buy $1 million of this pack out stuff. I don't recommend doing that, but there are so many options out there. So I'm gonna go over what I think are my best options, budget friendly and a little bit of money, but they're both worth it and they're not gonna break the bank. Hands down, the best thing you can do is go get a piece of wood and a couple hangers and toss tools on it. I mean, look, just set your tools on here. This is the most budget friendly, easy thing to do right here. Look, I just cut with my saw a hole for the blade rest down into. Did it for both of those, and boom, 2x6 and 3 hangers later, and a dozen screws. Done. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tools on this piece of wood here, and it's the simplest thing. Budget friendly, beginner friendly, beautiful. Now, when it comes to personal belief, visible tools are good tools. I don't want anything hiding away. I want to be able to come to my wall, my workbench, pluck it off, use it. That goes with my bigger stuff here and materials. So when you're thinking about a workspace, my opinion, have everything visible to start at least. We don't need to be putting cabinets, shoving all that stuff in here. Visible is easy. Build some shelves. Get you some pegboards. That brings me to my second favorite way to store stuff, and it's pretty cheap. You can get 3 of these panels and all the hangers for it for under 150 bucks. They're metal with these little hangers and tons of options. This is the wall control system, not sponsored, but I've got 2 kits here, and for me, it's the simplest way, not the cheapest, but it's the simplest way to get started storing your tools. You just use 4 screws and start storing your stuff. Put it where you need it. This is the easiest way to get started storing stuff out in the open, is metal pegboards. Not super cheap, not super expensive. For me, it's just right. Love. Side note, just personal. This pack out stuff is a waste of money. Costs more than anything I'd ever wanted to buy, but I wanted to see if it would work and how well it would work. I hate it. I have thought about taking this stuff back. If I didn't have this little battery storage right here and kind of find a way to use it, I want to take it down and do something else. Probably gonna buy more of the wall control system. But I do not care for this Milwaukee pack out system. I don't have the pack out where I roll around. I just got the wall plates, and not a fan. Probably the most important thing you have to think about is your workbench, because there's so many options for storage. How are you going to utilize this working surface along with all of the space underneath it to make it as efficient as possible. That's the pit of doom. We don't talk about that. But check this out. I've got something I use all the time. My stain out here in the open right in front of me. I crammed a toolbox that holds all the stuff that I need, all the little stuff that I don't want people seeing, my drill bits, my jigs, all my fasteners, and all of my extra little stuff that I need to get to all the time. Put one of my most used tools right next to me, right next to all of my other tools that are just displayed out here. Made a little shelf, put underneath here, all my sanding stuff. Making your workbench as useful as possible is the smartest thing you can do. Whether it's a tiny workbench, whether it moves around on casters, whatever it needs to be, you can do so many things. I added my router into my workbench here because I don't have any place. I got no place to have a router table in here. I've got my circular saw on the job site cart, so I just roll it out, put it right here, right in the middle of my workshop, and poof, I've got a table saw set up. When you first start thinking about your workspace, let's say you have a blank canvas, you know kind of the space you have to work with. You need to think about what tools do you already have, or which tools are you going to get. You need these tools, you'll have them one day, just not right now. You need to think about where they're going to go in your workspace. So when they show up, they have a place and they're already ingrained into what you're doing. I definitely recommend have an idea of what you're going to be using or plan on using. I just got this scroll saw. I know I was going to have it. I had a space for it. My three main tools are right there. I have a plan for everything, and that will help you out so much in space, because nothing sucks more than getting something new. You're like, oh, I need this, and it's like, where the hell are you going to put it? Now you have to rearrange everything. So planning will help you out so much when you are designing your workspace. Side tip, don't forget about safety. I've got my fire extinguisher right here, carbon monoxide detector right there, and I bought this little tiny cabinet off Amazon, packed it full of blood clotter, because you know, accidents that happen in the workshop sometimes aren't freaking a band-aid won't fix it. So be safe, invest in something, some safety stuff, at least a fire extinguisher, at least some blood clotter. I won't take much more of your time. I just wanted to give you a few ideas, tips, and stuff. I know when I started doing my stuff, I want it all out in the open, because drawers are where tools go to die, is what Adam Savage says. For little stuff, I think drawers are the perfect place for them. But for tools, they don't think they belong in drawers. They really don't, unless you're sockets and you're hanging out in here. But other than that, all your stuff visible will help you out so much. I got some drawers that pull out, so I don't have to be digging through. This isn't really like a cost-effective option. That was like $80 for that little drawer. I'll make my own next time. But I hope this video was useful for getting started, really get some brain juices flowing onto what you're going to do to make your workshop awesome. Please leave a comment. Let me know if I helped you out, or if you have any ideas that would be awesome for my workshop, or something I didn't list out. And please like and subscribe. I've got builds, ideas, and just fun stuff to go over. Love to share it with you. You have a great rest of your night. Bye.